Manic Sunday. Man, I haven't ate nothing this morning, I just realized. But I did get some coffee, and that's the most important thing. Right? Maybe I'll get some of those racist, ageist, crazy, weirdo people in here that can discriminate against me. You see, maybe they won't like my bear. The best japper. What's up, best japper? Where are you from? I like the name. Oh, is this Alba? Alba! I like your name. Your new name there, the best japper. 67. You're so weird. How you doing? It's good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. It's so watching. It's so funny. I watch your videos and stuff like that. You're like this young girl, and it's like, you know, discovering herself. Bye. What about you? Yeah, I'm doing great. Doing great. Still out here in the Philippines. Yep. How's your family? You know, also your birthday is the same as my daughter's birthday, right? November the 13th, if I remember correctly. Good. You November the 13th, your birthday, right? Hold on. Is that right? November the 13th. Yeah. I know somebody else close to me that's November the 15th. Yeah. You're going to the Philippines in May. That's awesome. Yeah, you probably go to Iloilo, that over that area. But yeah, my daughter's November the 13th too. So yeah, I really miss her too, man. Really miss her. I I've been trying to get in touch with her lately, but she's always been like busy with stuff. So trying to figure out. It's sort of chilly outside. It's got a little bit of rain. We got a little bit of wind, so it's sort of chilly. I might have to get me a jacket. You know what? I think I'm gonna get a jacket and go for a walk. Let me try to go for a walk without the jacket. Yes, but it's raining. I can't do that. I need an umbrella. You know, the sad thing is, if I carry an umbrella, it's going to be the one my girlfriend got, and it's a girly umbrella. I'll be walking around with a girly umbrella. So what's new? The best Japper 67. So your channel, is it called the best Japper 67 now? I mean, are you still doing like videos and stuff lately? The last one I saw you did was probably like a week ago. Man, I'm worried that my signal will go out if I get my jacket, but I'm gonna try to get my jacket. Maybe it probably won't. Yeah, I got my jacket. Whew, it's chilly. Chilly in the Philippines. No, it's called your favorite. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. I've seen that too. So you got a bunch of accounts then. Okay. Yeah, I've seen that one. Yeah, I saw one about like maybe 5 days ago. One of the videos you did on there. I think you got like like 3 or 4 or 5 accounts or something. And yes, I've been posted often lately. Yeah, I saw one. Actually, it was probably about 3 days ago on that your favorite brunette. I don't know if I responded on it though. No, I just keep changing my name. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, like I said, you're a young lady discovering herself. Anyway, yeah, it's raining today. It is raining today. It's not raining too hard, but it's still raining. Let me see if I can find that umbrella. She might have took the umbrella with her. What's up, Matida? Matida. How's it going? I think Matida, is in the Philippines, I believe. Anyway, the best Japper 67, that is Alba. And this is Matida. So y'all both are cool people. I think Matida's young too, I believe. Oh, Ireland. Okay. Sorry about that. Ireland. Yikes. Man, I miss walking. I really want to find an umbrella or something and go for a walk. I think she took the umbrella with her though. Yeah, I don't see it. I don't see it anywhere. Are you from Ireland? Oh yeah, Matida. Alba's been to Ireland too. I forgot about that. You're like part Ireland, aren't you? Part Irish? Like half Irish? Alba? I think Alba is half Irish, I believe. Let's see. Matida. See? Y'all sort of remind me of each other. That's why I said that. Like, have some common ground is the reason I was like introducing y'all to each other. Yeah, I don't see an umbrella. This sucks. I can't go for a walk. Because my phone's going to get wet if I am out walking. I don't care about me because it's not that bad. I don't melt like sugar. But it sucks that my phone will get wet. Can't have that. So anyway, I'll just try to sit down. Actually, I'm going to go to the back, I think. Yeah, I'm going to go to the back where it's quieter. Try to keep signal going. Yep, here we go. How's the signal here? Is it okay? Let's see. You got a project to work on? All right. Well, enjoy your night and work on your project. Good to see you, Alba. Thank you for coming in. I'm the only one in live. Yeah, it's okay. I just started the live up. So if we wait a minute, YouTube will probably send some more people in here soon. So anyway, there's Brian. What's up, my man? I gotta remember Brian has a channel. Brian's in the Philippines. Now, Brian, what country are you originally from? And hello, Brian. How you doing? Oh, you're in Australia. Okay, you got the videos. Matida, all right. Enjoy your food. Hey, what are you going to be eating tonight? I just traveled there. Okay, so yeah, I knew you had those Barakai videos. I remember seeing that. Well, when you travel over here, maybe we can meet up sometime. That'd be cool. Yeah, Barakai isn't far from Mindoro, where I'm at, but it's not on the same island, but it's not too far. She's Barayakan. That's a wonderful island, though. Yeah, so many cool places there. Yep, we are there in April. So you're coming here in April, and then Alba is coming in May, I think it was. Let me see. She just said when she was coming. Trying to find what she said. Yeah, she's coming in May. Okay, so Brian's going to be April and May for Alba. Brian says, well, we have to get to Mindoro sometime as her mother has land there. Oh, okay. You know what area in Mindoro it is? April the 16th. I'll screenshot that, because, I probably won't be able to remember it, so I'll screenshot it. No idea. Yeah. Such a big island. Huge island. The unknown. Hey. How you doing, unknown? Where are you from? So which one do you like better, Brian? I don't think I asked you this. You like Australia better or Philippines better? All I know is that my wife has some claim to it. Yeah. I can relate to that. My girlfriend's like the same way. Her family, they own stuff, and I don't know. She acts like she has some kind of claim to it too. I don't know. Yeah. They got so many different family, I don't know, situations. Let's see. Yeah, where are you from? Unknown. And good to have you in the live stream, Unknown. I wonder if the market's open today. It's church day, right? My girlfriend is going to a what do you call it? A baptism. Yeah. She went to a baptism this morning. Brian says, hard one, as I find the Philippines is awesome, but when you have lived somewhere all your life, you tend to take it for granted. Yeah, you know what, Brian? It's like I've left the U.S. I've been gone for about 2.5 years. And, I sort of start to think about the things that I do miss. Like a restaurant called Cookout. Yeah, we don't have that. Really awesome food there. They talk about freedom, but I think the freedom here is stronger in the Philippines, to be honest with you. I mean, freedom of speech is being taken away. I heard even in Australia that people go online and say stuff on social media and the police will show up at their door, that kind of stuff, Brian says, So YouTube reactions, I am seeing Australia through a different lens. What do you mean? What do you mean? I'm interested in hearing what you're talking about. I need to try to put this phone down for a second somewhere. And I definitely miss my hot shower. Even though I could have that here if I wasn't so poor. I could have that here. It's rubbish about police showing up. No, that is rubbish. Oh, okay. I heard one person say it, so I do know it's true over in England and in USA. I saw one video where the police showed up in USA. That is typical Sky News, Fox News beat up. I don't know. I mean, one person said it, but anyway. What else do I miss about the USA? I definitely miss my daughter. I have not seen any videos in Australia, but I've definitely seen the videos in England and USA. Mostly England. I like that, what is it called? Denny. Yeah, Denny Beach over in Boracay. Did you go there? Have you checked that out? The Denny Beach? Denwood. Yeah, Denwood Beach. Denny? I heard somebody call it Denny. Denny, okay, Dennywood. Yeah, I've heard both names, Denny and Dennywood. But yeah, that was my, I don't know, what was your favorite? You might like White Beach a lot because there's so much there. They got all those restaurants and shops and everything. But I like Dennywood. I like the whole roughness of the rocks and how unique it is, that type of stuff. And people out there, man, they were all over the place doing photo shoots and just, you know, loving it. Plus, you know, it's sort of like you got a journey going on where you're like trying to go through the rocks and different things, you know, when you're out there. Honey, they got some shorts out here that match my shirt. Check these shorts out. That's probably the teenage girl shorts, but they match my shirt, my tie-dye. Brian says, what I mean about a new perspective is seeing tourist reactions to what we grew up with and took for granted. Oh, okay. What kind of stuff you said you grew up with and took for granted? Like what kind of stuff? It's funny you're talking to me and it says 0 for some reason, that nobody's in here. But you're talking to me. I don't understand why it would say 0. Unless you're a ghost. Maybe they don't count ghosts or something. Or maybe it just takes a while to update or something. I don't know. I tell you, I think I need more nutrition, man, because I'm having a hard time remembering things. I need some better nutrition. Universal health care, social safety nets, natural beauty, livable, safe environment. Yeah, I got a question on the health care. Do you guys have to pay anything? Because I was always under the impression that the people didn't have to pay anything at all to get health care in these universal health care countries. But I'm finding out that some of them still have to pay something. So on this universal health care, do you guys have to pay anything, or is it completely free? How does that work? You know? The social safety nets can be a good thing, yeah. You know, I definitely agree with like some socialism, police, that's socialism. Fire department is socialism. But I definitely don't agree with too much socialism. I don't agree with too much government. I don't agree with too much business. Big government is what I meant to say. You have a bit of your tax that goes to Medicare. Yeah, it works the same way in the USA. But then when you get to Medicare in the US, I was always like, oh, they keep taxing us and giving us money to Medicare. And then I was talking to my parents and they were telling me that they had to pay a lot of money even when they got old. I'm like, what? We've been paying all that money to Medicare and you still have to pay? So I was like, that's crazy. And they pay quite a bit. They pay hundreds of dollars. I can't remember the exact number, but they pay quite a bit. To me, that's what I'm living off of. It's about $300 out here in the Philippines. I spend about $300 a month, maybe a little bit less. But yeah, it's close to 300. So y'all still have to pay for Medicare when you get old, even though you put money into the system? I would assume that y'all probably do, just like the U.S. Probably very similar. In 2011, okay, let's read what Brian says. In 2011, I had an out-of-hospital IVF arrest. 3 ambulances and 2 fire engines attended. I was transferred to the nearest hospital and from there to a major hospital. Okay, I'm gonna have to research IVF because I've seen that term, but I don't know exactly what that is, the IVF. But it's good you are still going, you're still living. David says, hi, I just spoke to a real estate agent today and he sent me several discounted condos. Hey man, I would like to know the information on the real estate person because I need to get in touch with some of those people. I want to do some videos with them. My Instagram is like Philippines with Mike. Maybe you can talk to me over there, David. No, nothing. Oh, you didn't have to pay anything. Okay, cool. David says, how about dental costs? Are they reasonable and good there? Yeah, it's a lot cheaper than the U.S. A lot cheaper than the U.S. And I went and I paid about $20. I got a filling that came out of my mouth. It was one of those cap fillings. and they put it back in, and they also cleaned my teeth for $20. Now, I don't know how much that would be in the US, but if I had to guess, at least $100, right? I would think. But I will say, I wasn't too happy because the filling came out again. Let's see. This is Mary. What's up, Mary? Good morning to you. Happy Sunday. If you want to put your channel in here, Mary, feel free. Thank you for coming in. David says, I am looking at real estate at 20 to 40% discounted. Expats looking to sell. Interesting. Yeah, I met one guy who I think he was planning on selling his condo. Older guy, pretty old. Let's see, Brian says, I spent a month in the hospital, had a defibrillator implanted. That's $98,000. Chemo for 6 months, then surgery, remove a tumor and cause the VF cardiac arrest. Bro, you've been through a lot. So all that didn't cost you any. All of that did not cost you anything, I assume. Was it totally zero for the whole thing because of your system? Let's see. David says, I guess the research, like anywhere, quality of dentist there, expected costs to be much lower. Yeah, I mean, I think that's really cheap. $20 for teeth cleaning and to put my filling back in that came out. But as far as quality, yeah, I think that's a big thing is health and medical stuff like that. You really need to do your research to find good places here. I think that's a big thing when it comes to medical and dental. Mary says, just woke up. Good morning, Sir Mike, and to all here. Thank you very much. Mary is over here in the Philippines as well. Very nice, hard-working lady. And yeah, her name here is Inde Bandida Vlogs. Sounds like, do you have 2 channels, Mary? I know you got Mom Be Fit is one. And right now in the chat, we got David. I think David is from somewhere in the USA. Is it New Mexico? And we have Brian from Australia, who, okay, yeah, his name's in the title. Just woke up, let's see. Another 4.5 years of chemo twice yearly. Scans cost to me was $39 a month for the chemo, which cost the health system. Okay, so yeah, that's extremely cheap. Yeah, that's extremely cheap, man. Well, I give my blessings to you, and sorry you have to deal with all these health issues. But yeah, as we all know, it's part of life. It's scary. It's very scary when we get older. Expected first world versus developing world. Let's see. Be careful with real estate there. Very, very careful. Yeah, I'm going to say that as well. What Brian just said. Be very careful with the real estate here. Yeah. I mean, in the Philippines, you've got both. You've got some people that you really have to watch out for, and then you have some people that are super awesome. So, and then you have some people in the middle, I guess. But most are either really awesome or you really have to watch out for. London. Oh, okay. You're in London. Okay. Sorry, I didn't remember that. Real estate. David says, but have a vacation home as well in Florida. Looking at Thailand or the Philippines now for some more real estate. Yeah, I can't say what would be better, so I'm not gonna say between Philippines and Thailand. Let's see. Brian says, find a really, really good lawyer to check titles and ownership. Yep. And it is common for people to sell what they do not own. Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me either. David says, yes, I only invest what I can afford to not make a profit on. Only invest what I can afford to not make a profit on. Okay, I got you. Well, I think you're saying I only invest and you want to be able to make a profit on it. 100% key lawyer, always in the country, especially outside the West. Yep. Christensen, hello. How you doing today? Good to see you. If the signal's bad, let me know, guys. I'll move somewhere else. But anyway, that's part of being out here in the middle of nowhere, in the province area. And I don't know, this area, I don't know, I haven't spent a lot of time in a lot of provinces as far as doing this kind of thing, you know. Yeah, I've been to them, but that was back before I did my YouTube channel, so I didn't really know how the signal was. But here, yeah, it's not the best. And I assume it's probably the same way in other province areas as well. Brian says, and once sold, it ends up in land court, which can take lots of time and money. Yeah, you have to definitely be careful with all that kind of stuff. Very jealous having to take vitamin D tablets in London as no sun these months. Yeah, and today is not the best day here. We're having some rain. We got some clouds. Got a lot of clouds and some rain here today. But the temperature, as you can see, it's probably about 70 degrees out here right now. Fahrenheit. I think Celsius, that might be about maybe 22 degrees Celsius. 23, I don't know exactly. I don't know Celsius very good. Brian says a foreigner can only own a condo and not the land. Yeah, that's true. I mean, you could become a citizen and you could own land from. Now, I'm not a legal person. This is not legal advice. You know, I don't do legal advice. I got to give that disclaimer. Entertainment purposes only. David C. says, I need at least 30 minutes of sun every day. Almost impossible in London. Yeah, man, I get plenty of sun out here, though. Get plenty of sun. And I'm with you, bro. I believe in the vitamin D. All habits, or yeah, you can put it in a wife's name, girlfriend name, whatever. Of course, you got to be careful if it's a girlfriend. You got to be careful if it's a wife. If it's a bad wife, you know, you never know. Anyway, I think the moral of the story is just be careful. But I'm going to tell you, some people talk about safety over here and different things, and I have had nothing but the most nicest things happen to me. The video I did about Filipinos, fantastic or something like that, it will tell you tons of stories that have happened to me over here that have been absolutely wonderful. I've had nothing but wonderful things to say. You know, besides, you know, your normal begging kind of stuff that happens over here. Yes, same in Thailand. Cannot own free land. Oh, I'm glad to know that because I did not know that about David, about Thailand. But it makes sense, you know. Those countries are so small, so they don't have a lot of land, right? So it makes sense that they're trying to protect what they have, you know. Brian says, my wife has land on Boracay and mainland. Oh, that's awesome, man. Tommy says, hey, Mike, I am really glad to watch you live because you give me positive vibes. Thank you, Tommy. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, I've been thinking about you. I think you were the one that keeps asking me about Trump. Did you ask me about Trump? If so, you know, I mean, maybe I wanted to ask you, what do you think about Trump? Oh, you're not Tommy? Oh, I thought this was Tommy. Okay, well, y'all have a similar name on your handle. Okay, Kevin. Okay. Do you know who I'm talking about? Kevin? Guy named Tommy? He has a name similar to yours. We are deciding whether to build or not. Well, Brian, how old are you? And how old is your wife? I know my girlfriend talks about, you know, wanting to have like land and have property, you know, that kind of stuff. She's a Province girl. She loves Province area. Uncle needs to retire, son. Okay. What's up, Consolation? Consolation? Hey, how's it going? David says we need a Trump in UK. He is, after all, half Scottish and qualified for British passport. Tish says, Mike, what color do you love? Like, my favorite color is blue. My favorite color is blue as well, but I also like black with it. So sort of like what I'm wearing here, blue and black. Yeah, that's my favorite. 62 and 50. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, that is sort of like an age where you sort of wonder if you should go one way or the other, in my opinion. I mean, as you get older, with her being 50, you know, as you get older and, you know, I don't want to sadden things. I'm not going to talk about what happens as you get older. But you sort of think, okay, just live and not have to pay much and rent places, you know, like I'm doing. Like, you know, you can come here and get a place real cheap and rent it. But with her being 50, I can sort of understand that she might want to have something and, you know, leave to other people eventually, her kids, you know, if she has some children, that kind of stuff. Let's see. Tish says David Greenland needs Trump. LOL. Let's see. Brian says living in Boracay has its pros and cons. What's the bad things about? I know the good things about Boracay. It's a really awesome place. But what do you think is the bad things? David says Greenland could be sold to U.S. Tish says, what's your all-time favorite movie, Mike? No matter how many times you watch, you absolutely love it. Well, you know, my favorite movie is that one about The Greatest Showman. But as far as like watching again and again and again, I mean, I like movies like Whiplash, and I like movies like E.T. E.T., Whiplash, Grease. Yeah, Grease. That's an interesting musical. Very American culturalized, and what else? I had another one. Oh, The Great Gatsby. Yeah, with Leo DiCaprio. That was an interesting one. What about yourself, Tish? What's one of your favorite movies, or what about everyone else? What's a movie y'all like to watch over and over again? Let's put it that way. A movie you like to watch over and over again. Hangover. That was a crazy movie. Mike, do you hold a citizenship? I do not. No, I don't hold a citizenship. I'm on a tourist visa from the USA, and on the tourist visa, you can stay here for 3 years. And then if you want to, you could leave and go, say, Japan, and then come back, or Taiwan, or whatever. Come back and, do another one. Do another 3 years. I think if you could afford it, and I need to do more research on all the visas, but if you can afford it, probably the SSRV would probably be the way to go. I can't afford that, unfortunately. You have to be at least 50 years old to do that. And then there's also, I believe, a new digital nomad one, I believe. I'm not sure if they started it yet. I know they kept talking about it. I think timeless are James Bond. James Bond, that's some good ones. Sean Connery movies as Bond. I really love Harry Potter movies. I am jealous because there's some things I just haven't done, like Roblox. I've been wanting to do Roblox and I haven't done it. And I haven't watched any Harry Potter movies as well. So I never watched any of the Hunger Games. I wanted to watch Hunger Games, some Harry Potter, do some Roblox. I know all that stuff's popular. I don't know if it's something I'm going to like or not. And you don't know if you like something until you try it. So that's why I want to try it. Yes, but he was only in one. Oh yeah, the Australian guy. I think his name was Timothy Dalton. And a great Filipino movie is Metro Manila. Okay, I'll try to catch that. You know what? I forgot about this one movie. It's this one movie. Actually, I like this movie better than the Greatest Showman, now that I think about it. It's about this young guy, and the title is something like leaving or making $1 million for my grandmother, to give to my grandmother or something like that. And it's an Asian movie. I'm not sure what country. I think it's either Philippines or Thailand. I'm not really sure. Anybody know the movie I'm talking about? Let's see. But anyway, it was, I like dramas a lot. Of course, action, comedy, all that stuff is really cool too. Even horror, if it's a really good horror movie. It's hard to find a really good one. I think I could write some really scary horror movies. I keep saying that, but I never take the time to do it. Timothy was decent, but Sean Connery was awesome. Bonnie, what's up, Bonnie? Good morning, Grumps. How you doing? A gritty crime movie. Okay. Yeah, I like some of that crime stuff too. Columbo. I don't know. Have y'all seen Columbo? Yeah, he used to do these TV shows. He also did a couple of movies too. But anyway, I like his stuff. And some Dirty Harry stuff from Clint Eastwood. Gran Torino, that was a good movie. Name some good movies, guys. some of your favorite movies. We got Metro Manila. Columbo was king. Yeah, I love Columbo because, you know, everybody would think, oh, he's dumb. But he always was just low key. He was a low key, smart, poor dude. You know, excuse me. I still got some congestion from having the flu about a week ago. Anyway, yeah, Columbo was awesome. Red Dog. I haven't heard of Red Dog. What country is that from? Australia? Written and directed by a Brit and shot on DSLR. Red Dog. Oh, okay. A Brit and shot on DSLR. Okay, you're saying it's from England or UK. That's what they call it. David says, love Columbo. He has always had affluent settings with class bad guys. Yeah, I like his old car and his little dog too. Just one more thing. Dressmaker. Breaker Morant. I haven't heard of these things. Yeah, all this is foreign stuff to me. I'm going to screenshot these things because try to check them out, Brian. Let's see. Metro Manila was written by a Brit also. Okay. The Light Horseman? Wow. All this stuff is stuff I've never heard of. Yeah, but the one about leaving $1 million to grandmother, that's actually my favorite movie. I just forgot about it. It's a lesson learned type movie, you know, about like the meaning of life kind of thing, you know. It's pretty awesome. Good Aussie movies. Yeah, the only Australian people I know are the ones that came over to U.S., like Olivia Newton-John and Jackman, I think is how you say it. And what's that dude? Russell Crowe. Oh, Russell Crowe did a great movie. The boxing movie, Cinderella Man. That was a great movie. Yo, brother, I'm always back. What's up, Sunset Surprise? We're talking about movies. Any great movies you've seen, put them in the comments. Let's see, David C. says, like, movies you love. What was the old movie, Bruce Millions? He had to spend a few million to get 100 million or so. Bruce Millions? Spend a few million to get 100 million or so. I don't know. When you say Bruce Millions, is that the person's name? Bruce Millions? Margie, oh, she's Australian? I thought she was UK. Margie Robbie SpongeBob. Yeah. There are heaps of Aussies and Brits in Hollywood. Yeah, that was some of them. There was some more I was going to say, but making my brain work too hard. Oh, what's his name? Mel Gibson. Yeah, he's another one. Is that black actor? Bruce Millions, something like that, the movie. I'll screenshot that. I'll have to check it out. I never heard of that one. Yeah, I don't know if y'all seen Cinderella Man, but yeah, that's a good movie, though. Really good movie. That's one of those movies that is pretty much anybody would like, I think. The other one with Eddie Murphy, where he was a traitor. I think him and Dan Aykroyd. Yeah, I think that's the one you're talking about. You know what? I don't know if I saw that movie. but I remember like the poster about it, you know, something about trading money or making money or something like that. Yeah, I should watch that. I don't think I ever watched it. Mel was born in U.S. and moved to Australia as a kid. Oh, I didn't know that either. Okay, I thought he was born in Australia. Will you do another live later in the evening? I'm gonna try to, Sunset. Yeah, I'm gonna try to. I do have to do some work. I got this video that I'm working on that trying to get over 1,000 views on, you know, because I've only had like 4 or 5 videos go over 1,000 views. So I'm putting a little more effort into this one I'm working on. It's taking a little bit longer to do. Let's see. Trading Places. Oh yeah, Trading Places. That's what it is. Anybody watch that one? Trading Places? I did watch Coming to America. That was crazy. What's his name was in that? Alonzo Hall or something like that, I think. Alonzo Hall, I think was his name. He used to be a talk show host. Trading Places, that is it. Great movie. Oh, okay, you did watch it. Okay, I didn't know if you ever saw it or not. Yeah, I'm going to have to check that out. I'm going to do a screenshot so I can remember to watch that. You know, I'm like you, David. I'm interested in the whole, you know, make money kind of stuff too. So I've watched like a disaster movie. The movie about Desmond Doss has about 6 Aussies in the major roles. Wow, a lot of Australians. Sunset Surprise says, I've watched like a disaster movie, but I forgot the name. Can you find it? A disaster movie? Was it Twister? Or maybe it was the one about the, what was the name of that? The tsunami. Could have been about the tsunami. I remember that movie, but I don't remember the name of it. Wall Street. Yeah, I did watch Wall Street. I watched the first one and I watched the second one. Now, Charlie Sheen, I like him in Major League. when they called him Wild Thing and he had that crazy haircut. Yeah. But, you know, I don't tend to really learn a lot from a lot of these financial type movies, to be honest with you. I mean, to me, it's a lot of common sense. You know, buy low, sell high. Yeah, I remember one of the comments, greed is good. Greed is good, but at the same time, once you make money, also be nice enough to give it to other people. You know, don't be like greedy and then want to keep the money, you know. Be nice enough to help other people out, you know, after you make it there. Unfortunately, I've never made it to that point where I definitely made it to the point where I was comfortable and I did help people out quite a bit, but I've never made it to the level of upper class, you know. Well, it's like a tsunami. Hacksaw Ridge. Hacksaw Ridge sounds familiar. I'm going to screenshot that and check that one out too. Shame what happened to Charlie. Yeah, you're right, David. Drugs and drink destroyed him. Yeah, I remember that was the quote, greed is good. Yes, philanthropy after financial independence. Yeah, and, you know, that's a big thing in life now. You know, my mom, she has never been a wealthy person, not even close, not even middle class. You know, she's always been a lower class. But at the same time, she's always helped people like crazy, bro. I mean, she's gives and gives and gives and gives. always, always giving, even though she's never been middle class or upper class. Brian says Hacksaw Ridge was about Desmond Doss, directed by Mel Gibson and shared of Aussies. Okay, yeah, I'll definitely check that out. Yeah. Trying to think of some other great movies. Star Wars is sort of interesting. Raiders of the Lost Ark. I like a lot of the older stuff. Like Raiders of the Lost Ark, Indiana Jones, Temple of Doom. But I did watch his last movie. It was just okay, Harrison Ford's last movie with Indiana Jones. It was okay, but nothing's beating the Raiders of the Lost Ark and Temple of Doom. I like Temple of Doom the best, really. I've never been a big Star Trek fan, though. I don't know. Maybe it's those pointy ears that freak me out. maybe I'm just like, I don't know, this is just too unrealistic or something. David says, we always had a saying, 1 million to 5 million is financial independence. 20 million is life-changing for anything you're almost in life. And 30 million to 100 million plus is generational wealth that changes family destiny. That's interesting. I'm going to screenshot that too. Man, I'm screenshotting a lot of stuff. I wanted to mention, David, in that last video, the last live, you asked about safety out here. Maybe, I should probably do a video about that. But I'm going to tell you that it has been awesome for me as far as safety. You definitely see a lot of poverty out here, but you also see people that are not trying to hurt people here. So you don't see like muggings. I did have two times. I did have 2 times that these young kids tried to pickpocket me. So there you go. Actually, that's the worst thing that has happened to me. I had 2 young kids try to pickpocket me here in the Philippines. But as far as the iPhones that I lost, I had people find me and give me those iPhones. So safety here, in my opinion, is great, but there is some areas that you need to be careful. So look at those red flag, red warning areas. You can Google that, and basically I would not go to those areas. And where it is, I think the only area right now is down in Mindanao, South Mindanao, and that tends to be a high Muslim populated area, just to let you know. And they just had some really bad news down there, a government situation. I have to watch what I say on here, so I'm not going to really talk about exactly what happened. But yeah, most of the Philippines is awesome. Most of the people are awesome. But yeah, watch out for the kids. These street kids ran up to me and grabbed me to hug me, and smiling and everything. And I'm like, I don't like to be grabbed like that, first of all, because for one, I don't want to be accused of anything. So you have to be careful around kids like that, right? So you don't want to be accused of anything. But this one kid grabbed me, wrapped the arms around me, and then put her hand in my pocket, basically to try to take something out of my pocket, hoping to get some money. And I'm like, ho, what are you doing? And also, I was in a mall one day, and this kid was right beside me. I was in line to get a drink, like a milkshake, and this kid was right beside me and tried to carefully put his hand in my pocket to take my phone that was in my pocket. But I, called them. I haven't lost anything here. Sometimes I'll be so scared that I'm going to lose something, and I'll start thinking, oh, that person did something, and I'm always been in the wrong. I've always been in the wrong. The person never did anything. But that is 2 incidents that did happen to me, the pickpocket thing with the kids. Moochie Michael says, what's up? Going to work? Oh, Michael, you're working now, bro. What's your job, bro? I haven't seen you in a long time. Brian says, and do not flash the cash. Yeah, that is a good point, too. Basically, be simple, Do not look like you got money. Even if you do, don't look like it. Just be simple. David says, yes, safety was concerned as expat. Just avoid bad areas like any place. Yeah, exactly. But remember the 2 things that I said, because both of those areas were good areas, but sometimes some of the bad people will go over to the good areas, right? And they'll try to do that. So these kids that I was talking about, yeah. Brian says, Tondo, Manila, Happy Land. Yeah, Tondo is it's a known area to be high crime and high poverty. So that's another area you probably don't want to be in. But Tondo is a very small area in Manila compared to Manila, as a whole. BGC is, like I said, probably the safest place. And like I said, I have videos all about BGC. Smoky Mountain, avoid the bad areas. Yeah, they call that area over there by Tondo Smoky Mountain. And David says, exactly same in Thailand. Saw a few expat chains stolen by drivers on bikes. Yeah, I think it's probably worse in Thailand, to be honest with you. I mean, here, the Philippines people love, in general, they love foreign people. They love our culture in the U.S. They love U.S. culture. And I know quite a few people from England here that love being here. Yeah. And plus they speak English, where Thailand doesn't speak English as well as the people in the Philippines. David, exactly same in Thailand. So, oh yeah, I already read that part. Okay. Yep. But yeah, it's been awesome over here. I've had a lot of wonderful Filipino people that have done a lot of wonderful things for me. And if you want to know about the fantastic people in the Philippines video, it will tell you a bunch of stories that happened to me over here. Let's see, Brian says, my wife takes all her jewelry off. Yeah, I don't blame you. Yeah, because not only, they might, you might not be like criminalized or anything like that, but you just don't want people bothering you, You don't want, if you show it, then people are going to think you're rich and they're going to be bugging you. I don't want people bugging me. I know that. Sometimes I'll be doing videos and I'll have some of these, poor kids run up on me while I'm trying to make a video, and I'll have to stop the video. And, because they're trying to get money from me. Yep. And that tends to happen like in tourist areas, so I'm making a video in a nice place. Let's see, my wife takes all her jewelry off until we are on Boracay, then God help anyone that would steal from us. And let me see, so yeah, I consider it very safe, but there are some areas that are very high on not safety, and that's the areas you don't want to be in. Those certain areas that have a high level of crime. Like we're saying Tondo, South Mindanao, where you're going to have red areas at. And once again, tourist areas, you could have some tricksters out there. Let's see. David says going to check out at 2 a.m. here in London. Thanks for the information. Yeah, I wanted to say that because I'm sorry about my video. I lost signal, I think it was. Yeah, I lost signal at the time. And you're welcome. So anyway, why do I not have many people in here? This doesn't make any sense. I mean, it's a Saturday. I've been on here over an hour now. You know, it just doesn't make much sense. Okay, it looks like it's cleared up. So there is a small sprinkle. I'm gonna try to record some walking